Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the meeting of the subcommittee to hear one objection to a classification under the Dog Control Act 1996. The subcommittee is sitting in a quasi-judicial capacity and will follow principles of natural justice to ensure a fair hearing to the objections. For each hearing, we will first hear from the Council's Animal Control team. They will present their evidence and answer any of the subcommittee's questions, and next we'll hear from the owner of the dog, who will present their objection and appeal following this. We will put any questions, obviously, if we've got any answer. And there's no cross-examinations by either party. Following this, each party will have a chance to address any matters that come up by other parties' openings. The subcommittee will adjourn to deliberate and then move and second the motion. So I've got no apologies. There's no public forum this morning because of it being a hearing. I've got no conflicts of interest. No notification of extraordinary business. Confirmation of minutes on the 14th of December. I will move that, seconded by Councillor Duncan. All those in favour? Aye. All those against? Carried. So we move to our first report, 6.1. The objection to classification by Jeff Wood and Helen Boschnick. Sorry, to Xavier. So I will move it to put it on the table. Seconded by Councillor. Are we happy? Thank you. So now we're going to go to the council team.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Suzanne Hokianga, Team Lead for Animal Control. Joining me today is Leanne Lilo. She is an Animal Control Officer. So I'll just start by reading the executive summary of the events on page 6. So on the 29th of November 2021, Xavier, belonging to Helen Bogish, of 9 Hallidale Road, escaped his lead while being walked along Estdale by Mr. Jeff Wood. Xavier proceeded to chase and attack a cat named Ziggy, belonging to Colin Bell of 78 Estdale Road. He chased the cat onto the property, causing immediate fatal injuries. Ziggy has been classified menacing in accordance with the dog control Xavier, where it states council may classify a dog as menacing that it considers may pose a threat to any person, stock, poultry or domestic animal because of the reported behaviour. This is also in line with council dog control policy. Ziggy was a loved 15-year-old cat, and his owner, Colin Bell, stated that she's been traumatised by the event. I believe we have classified Xavier in line with the Dog Control Act and our processes. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for the staff? No? Okay. We'll go to you, Jeff.
Okay, firstly, apologies from Helen. She's unable to attend. She's on jury service this week and apparently needed today unless the person's caught COVID like yesterday. Anyway, firstly, with regard to Mrs. Bell, we have been in contact with her subsequently, and Helen even did a painting of her cat for her, so she would graciously receive that. Of course, she's still upset, as we are. I don't know how many of you got the little sheet that I prepared, but I'll read it out. Firstly, it's obviously a most unfortunate incident, but it was purely the result of a unique set of circumstances rather than anything inherently menacing in the nature of the dog. We had been having training as Xavier would be enthusiastically pulling on his lead to go on walks or go down the park or whatever to get him to heel. And the trainer gave us a new short lead, which was a round, slippery nylon cable lead rather than the normal flat nylon strap lead which we have. So we didn't realise at the time, but it was less secure. When walking on that day, we passed a bush by the property, and of course there was sitting right beside the footpath the cat, which startled Xavier, which startled me. And instead of just walking or running away, it stood its ground, maybe even arched its back and hissed, I'm not sure, because it was all very quick. And Xavier reacted and gave a tug which caused the lead to slip off my wrist, which wouldn't have happened with a normal lead. The cat then ran across the property down towards the garage and got itself chased by Xavier, of course, and got itself cornered. This is all very, very quick. I couldn't catch up with Xavier because I couldn't run across the garden, had to go around a tree. And unfortunately, the cat was bitten and must have been an artery or whatever, and died very quickly. It was everybody was in shock, and the owner came out, and she was obviously very upset. Xavier's a dog. I think everybody would agree that most dogs aren't that keen on unfamiliar cats, let alone in exceptional circumstances like that. And Xavier, unlike pretty much all cats, is no threat to native birds or insects or other animals. He doesn't have a problem with other animals. He's extremely affectionate and loves people, enjoys interacting with people. He loves playing with other dogs. For over 4 years, we've enjoyed regular sessions at the dog park, weekly, at the dog park, Plymouth Dog Care Centre. There have been zero problems there. As with at the Plymouth dog walking area, we've had zero problems there either. The only other circumstances where he would be free were at Papakowhai Reserve, which he'd be running after his ball, which he enjoyed, including no problems there as well. On local streets when walking, he's always been on a lead, never not been on a lead, apart from once when he did get through a gate which blew open, which the latch was the poor design. The property is securely fenced, and on this one occasion where he did go out and finally got found by dog control, there were nothing negative happened as a result of that with regard to people, cars, animals, whatever. Because of the classification, he's been unable to enjoy the company of other dogs at his daycare. Of course, we abandoned that slippery lead immediately, and we'll never go back to that style of lead. We've maintained the flat lead, which is secure, and shouldn't happen again, even if surprised in similar circumstances. And I don't know whether it's a council thing or a government legislation thing, but there seems to be a huge gap between normal and menacing and dangerous. Between normal and menacing, I feel there could be something in between, like it must be on a lead without the muzzle thing. Also, I'm not quite sure in the description of what the restrictions are. He must have a muzzle on a public areas and a private way. Can anybody explain what a private way is?
Would you like to? Thank you.
So my understanding is a private way is where a situation would be a shared driveway, and you would have to get permission from the other users of that shared driveway for no muzzle requirement there.
Okay, so that doesn't mean on your own property or other enclosed premises?
No, on your property is private. The muzzle is public. So because of this being shared, you know, that it changes the circumstances as long as you get permission that it's okay.
Yeah, okay, that's clear. I think that's all, pretty much all covered. I don't know.
Okay, have we got any questions? Yes, Councillor Duncan, then Councillor Wehapi.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Wood. Look, did you not try that lead out before you actually used it out in public? Did you just go ahead with it thinking that would be all right?
It would have been all right, apart from these exceptional circumstances. No, it was the first time we'd tried it after having been given it by the dog trainer guy. Never having occurred to us that something like that would happen and it would have that failing in design or my use of.
So you didn't realise it was slippery until after you used it on this run?
Hadn't occurred to me that that would be an issue.
Now, you say in this piece that you've provided us with, because of the classification, Xavier's been unable to enjoy the company of other dogs at his daycare.
Yeah,
You don't,
I don't think they accept menacing classification dogs for company with the other dogs.
but in the report, because of Xavier's actions, Ziggy's no longer alive. And you think that that is an overreaction on part of council?
Because Ziggy is no longer alive is most unfortunate. It could have happened with probably 90% of other dogs in similar circumstances. Any dogs with any strength, that is.
So Ziggy was on his own property, and you think he should have run away from your dog because your dog was present?
No, not that he should have. He was on his own property, right at the letterbox by the gate. It's not that he should have run away. Many cats would have run away. A few dogs might not have reacted the same way. Most dogs would have.
You do realise Ziggy was 15 years old?
No. But certainly when Xavier got off, Ziggy was certainly able to run at that point. Maybe not quite as fast and not with the mental acuity to not corner himself.
Councillor Wehapi.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Do you own a cat, Mr. Wood?
No, but there are several neighbours with cats.
Have you ever owned a cat while Xavier's been in your care?
No.
Okay. The other question I had was regarding daycares. Is it policy for all daycares in the vicinity to not allow a menacing dog in their premises, considering the dog only needs to be muzzled?
I don't know.
Oh, so have you chosen to withdraw him from the daycare?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any matters that council wishes to clarify?
No, I think you have summed it up. We've summed it up well with the events. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wood, would you like to make a final thing before we decide?
Okay, the only thing to say is, well, we're obviously very sad and upset that it all happened, but also maintain that Xavier is a dog, and in the similar circumstances, a dog of that size may have had the same result, and it's just a unique set of unfortunate circumstances. What with the position and occurrence of the dog and the equipment that we were using and our unfamiliarity with it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wood. We will just deliberate. So 8:44, we'll just pop out. Thank you, both parties. It's 8:48, so we have made our decision. So I'm going to move that we agree to uphold the classification as a menacing dog. So I'd like to move that. All those in favour? All those against? Yep, seconded by Councillor Duncan. Carried. And it was a unanimous decision, so I'm sorry. But thank you for coming in.